Hi, this week on my podcast, I'm here with my new client, Tucker Pope. I am so excited to have you here, Tucker. And I just want my listeners and to get to know you. Tell me about just growing up, where you grew up, and how you started in sports.
I grew up in Cleveland, Tennessee. It's a small town. I grew up in sports all my life. I think I started at around like 4 or 5. Like my family is deeply invested in the sports. I was playing football, I was playing basketball, I was playing soccer, anything I can get my hands on. My siblings were playing sports, so I was really outside all the time. I started playing flag football when I was little. And I was begging my dad. I was like, please let me play tackle football. Please let me play tackle football. And he's like, once you weigh a certain amount of weight, you can play. So once I hit that weight, I played. My older brother actually coached me. He
Oh,
coached me.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he coached me through flag football. He coached me through Little League. He coached me through middle school. He was my high school coach as well. Um,
Oh,
I was
wow.
a I was a quarterback all my life. I was a quarterback through, like I said, Little League, middle school, high school. So
And so what high school did you go to?
I went to Bradley Central High School for my freshman and sophomore year, and then I transferred to Walker Valley High School where I played my last 2 years there.
Is that where your brother was coaching? Or
Yes, and he's still currently coaching there.
is he the head coach or?
He he's a he's a quarterback coach, so he
Oh,
coached me. I'm obviously a quarterback, so
yeah,
he's still there. I think it's his 9th year coaching. So
good for him. Okay. How was that being coached by your brother?
uh, when I was little, he's super hard on me, yelling at me. I'm just a little kid in 4th and 5th grade getting yelled at by my brother, but through it all, just made me better. I was always held to a higher standard because I was the coach's brother. You
Uh-huh.
know, he's just I had to be held to a higher standard than everyone else, and it was just I'd rather be that way though because I'd rather be that way.
Yeah. Okay, tell me about learning how to play quarterback because people don't realize how hard it is. And we can even talk about, the transition from high school to college, where you are now. Tell me about that. How did you learn to even throw a pass with any accuracy?
Uh, I think it started when I was young. I had natural arm talent.
Uh-huh.
So my brother was just like, "You're playing quarterback." And I was like, "Okay." So he put me at quarterback. And then I'd say like middle school, like I started getting into like the mechanics of throwing the football. I was working every day, like literally every day throughout the summer. I haven't had a vacation off in like a year or two. You know, I didn't take any days off, and it's hard process.
Yeah. So what is a typical day? And now I know, okay, so you went to high school. Was your high school team, did you win a lot of games? Were you successful? What was that experience like for you?
So the high school I went to and played varsity for was Walker Valley. In the recent years, they went 0-10 before I got there, and then the following year, I think we went 7-5, something like that. And then my senior year, we went 8-3 with a playoff win. So,
Good.
and we that was a home playoff win, which is the first one in school history. So that was pretty big.
Yeah, especially coming from a smaller school. Like how many students were enrolled like at your high school?
I'm not sure the total amount, but it's 5A classification, which is the one above that is 6A, and that's the highest. So we're the one below that.
Okay. I also know that you were a really good student. What was your interest, at least in high school? Because I think you were like a 4.0 student. Tell me about that. How did you balance, you know, academics and football and also just having a normal social life that a high school kid would have?
The biggest thing that everyone tells you is to get your work out of the way once you get it, and that was probably the biggest thing. Once I got my work, I did it and finished it and turned it in. I made good grades all throughout high school.
Mm.
And then transferring to football, I had to watch film, go to practice for about 3 hours. I wouldn't get done with my day till about 7 o'clock. And then after
Mm.
that, I have to go do homework and stuff, which is tough. And then we also like on top of that, like sometimes you'd have tests on a game day, which you're like, man, I don't want to take a test on game day, but
Yeah.
it's something to do.
Yeah.
So and also having a normal life with that is just finding time in between to do stuff like playing video games, going out with friends, stuff like that. You can find little time for that. It's just you can't spend too much time on it.
Yeah. What about, your generation loves gaming? Are you a gamer?
Yes. It's
Which
just
which game do you like?
right. I play anything, to be honest, just anything that my friends play, because I don't like playing video games by myself.
Uh-huh.
So it's just easier to play video games with friends because you can just, hey, get on the game, and then they get on, then you're playing with someone right now. You don't have to go meet up or anywhere. You can just, it's really accessible.
Yeah. But there's certain people that play certain games and they become experts at it. That's not your gig. Is that what you're telling me?
And that takes too much time for me.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at games, but like going to that level, it would take too much time to like for my like schedule, because I got school and then college football, which is basically a full-time job. So
Yeah. So let's talk about, did you take a lot of AP classes in high school?
I took a lot of honors classes. I took one
Okay.
AP class. I took AP calculus.
Okay.
Last math class I took senior year. So
Okay. And what are you majoring in at the college that you chose to attend?
right now I'm undecided, and I'm technically in academic focus for my major. That's
Uh-huh.
just focusing on like your academics, but I'm leaning towards either a business major or a engineering major.
Okay. Well, those are kind of different. So,
Yeah, I just I did engineering classes in high school.
uh-huh.
I also want to have like my own business and be my own boss. It's just I can't decide.
Yeah. Well, that's what college is about. It's exploring your options and then figuring out which way you want to go. Now, I know, okay, you obviously got recruited to a certain college. What's interesting about you is you chose an HBCU for your college choice in Nashville, Tennessee. What made you choose that college when you were being recruited out of high school?
My senior year, I really didn't get to go to the football camps, which gets you recruited. And I had a bunch
Because of
of
COVID? Because of COVID, is that why?
because of COVID. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything got shut down, so couldn't get to go to those camps. I had a bunch of D2 offers, too many to count. A bunch of D3, NAIA,
Mm-hmm.
but I was basically telling my family that I want to play D1 football, and if I'm not playing D1 football, then I don't want to play. But then they gave me a chance to come to this school and become part of their football team. So I took their school. It didn't matter if it was a HBCU, if it was whatever college. I'm playing football. That's what I wanted to do at the end of the day.
Yeah. So you kind of hit the lottery there, Tucker, because look who's your head coach?
Coach Eddie George,
Yep. And then who's your offensive coordinator?
Hugh Jackson.
Yeah. Okay. So Hugh Jackson used to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, right?
Yeah.
And my question to you, did he like maybe make the playbook more like college centered or not?
No, it's the exact. We're having to learn exactly like how the NFL pros did. He keeps telling, if you guys get to the next level, you're gonna be like, man, this stuff is easy, because we're literally doing it right now at the college level, which is great.
Yeah, that is exciting. So are you running the pro style offense? Is that what you're doing?
It's West Coast.
West Coast. Okay. Yeah. So what do you think? Like how long did it take you to learn the playbook?
Well, to get the basics down, it took me literally like a month, because there's a bunch of information. I'm still learning the playbook now, because there's you got protections, you got where people line up, you got motions, you got people running routes, you got a bunch of stuff, and then plus on top of that, you got to read the coverage. You can like check plays out of that coverage. It's a lot.
Yeah. But you're smart. So I feel like this is going to be not easy for you, but my guess is you'll get up to speed quick.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm grasping it pretty quick. I'm taking in new information every day. Some things I've never even heard of, but it's a great opportunity to get to learn from an NFL coach.
So let me ask you something. What is it like to be in the quarterback room when only one person is going to get to start? you're a freshman. Very few freshman quarterbacks ever start, but you never know when your name's going to be called, because if everybody gets hurt or somebody throws 5 picks,
Yeah.
I mean, what is it like in the quarterback room? Or you kind of just sit and listen? What's the approach for you there?
I try to answer questions as much as possible. I try to learn as much as possible. But at the end of the day, we're all friends in the quarterback room. All the
Mhm.
quarterbacks are friends with each other. But it's a competition. You have to go out there and perform your best.
Yeah. So what does the freshman class look like there? Like, what do you see as the future?
Our freshman class is really talented. Plus, we still have a bunch of freshmen on the field from the COVID, because
Yeah.
a lot of the college athletes, or all of the college athletes, got another year. So our team's pretty young. We're gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. And you get to play in Nissan Stadium too.
Yeah, it's crazy. All our home games are gonna be played at Nissan Stadium, besides a couple. The Grambling State game, that's gonna be played at the Canton, Ohio. And then our Jackson State game is gonna be played in Memphis at a neutral site. And then our home games are obviously Nissan, like you said.
Yeah, that's pretty big time, because you're gonna play prime time team, Jackson State, right? Then your
Yep.
Grambling game is huge.
Yeah, that's gonna be on the NFL Network. So a lot of people are gonna be tuning in. It's crazy.
I know. It's exciting though, isn't it?
Yeah, we need exposure.
Yeah.
We're basically a little D1 school,
Yeah.
but Coach George and Coach Jackson are putting the school on the map.
Yeah. Plus you're in Nashville too, which is a fun town. Had you ever spent much time in Nashville prior to being a freshman in college there?
No, I've been to a Tennessee Titan game once in my life, but like once you're like down here in Nashville, like you see like downtown city, you see all these other parts, you see these huge buildings. You're like, man, there's a lot of Nashville. And some parts of Nashville I haven't even been to yet. It's a big
Yeah.
city.
Yeah. So where is the university located in like how far are you away from downtown? Can you ride
We're
your bike, or do you need to
we're
take a
like
bus or
we're
car?
like a
What's
10 to 15 minute drive from
okay.
downtown.
Okay. So you guys don't go there that often, or you do, or what? I mean,
Uh,
you've only been a freshman for a couple weeks, right? So
uh, Plenty of the players go out on the weekends. That's not really my thing. I'm
yeah.
not really extrovert when it comes to going out and late night downtown stuff like that, but they definitely go out a lot.
So what do you like to do in your spare time? Like, what's besides football? Obviously, you played a lot of sports. What else do you like to do?
I like to hang out with friends. I like to hang out with my teammates. I
Hmm.
play video games, but I really don't get that much spare time, to be honest. Now
Hmm.
starting with school plus football, it's crazy. I didn't think it was going to be like this. Basically a full-time job.
Yeah. So what about what kind of, like, on a day-to-day basis, what would you say, what are some of the things you like? And what I'm talking about is, what kind of cereal do you eat? What restaurants do you like to go to? Are you a sneakerhead? What sneakers do you like? That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, right now, like I don't have like, buying shoes, like they're expensive. Like, trust me, if I had the resources, like I would own everything, but stuff like that. I like to eat Chipotle. Chipotle's are very good.
Yeah.
Panda, they're pretty good.
What did you just say?
Panda Express.
Oh, Pan Express. Okay. And then what are you guys all eating in the cafeteria at the university?
The food's good. In the mornings, we wake up around like 5:30 and we go to breakfast at 6 a.m. And
Mm.
then so we all eat, and then we have to go to meetings from there from 6:30, and then we go to practice. And by the time we get all done with that, we're out of practice at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So
So what classes are you taking at your university?
right now, I have college algebra, psychology, freshman English, public speaking, art
Mm.
appreciation right now. So that totals to about like 16 hours worth of credits.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a lot, but it's actually not that much because some classes you only have 2 days a week.
Mhm.
And then we get Friday off because Friday you don't have classes on Friday, so
Why
you
is
really get
that?
I'm not even sure. I'm not sure.
Your whole university doesn't have classes on Friday?
Well, freshmen have classes on Friday. It's like a get to know the school, like campus class, kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
So everyone else, they don't have classes on Friday.
Oh, that's interesting. So are you guys in person on Zoom, or you can do either or?
Um, some classes are. All of my classes are in person as of right now. I actually had one class say you can come or go to Zoom because there's been like COVID like outbreaks kinda a little bit. So they said
Mhm.
like if you stay safe, you can like get on the Zoom. Only one class is offered that right now, but all my other classes are in person.
Well, that's good. Did you guys have a discussion at all on your team about vaccinations? Because that's been a real
Uh,
touchy issue.
I'm not really like too sure about it, but they said like there's like you can get vaccinations because for free from the team,
Mhm.
but I'm vaccinated myself, but I didn't get it from the team. So they've talked about it. Some players don't want to get it. Some players do want to get it. Some players are already vaccinated. So I'm not totally sure if you have to get the vaccination. So
Well, it's interesting because today the Pfizer vaccination was FDA approved.
uh,
So now, from my perspective, a private institution, a public institution can require their students, their employees to be vaccinated because it's now FDA approved. Prior to that, that was a little iffy because it
yeah,
wasn't FDA approved, but it is as today. Today, I saw that that was the case. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. And I do think it's important for because it seems like a lot of young people are getting it.
yeah. There's even people with vaccinations are still getting it, but
Yeah.
it's crazy out here.
Yeah. So do you have a roommate there, or do you have your own room, or how does that work?
Uh, I basically have my own room because my roommate lives here in Nashville. They live like literally like 5 minutes away, so they're barely even in my room or in our room, I guess you would say.
Oh, really? They're home all the time?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Tell me about, were you excited to go away to college? Because I know my girls were just couldn't wait.
Uh, I
Or
wasn't.
were
I was like in between of like wanting to go and not wanting to go. Like I really like didn't care. Like I wasn't like, yay, I'm ready to leave, or like, man, I don't want to leave like my hometown. But when like my parents left, it kind of hit me hard for a couple of days. But after
yeah.
that, I'm fine.
Were your parents crying? My husband
Uh,
was really upset when we were dropping the girls off.
they didn't cry like in person, but like they definitely did like after I walked away.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously you have an older brother. Do you have other siblings too?
Uh, I have another half brother. I have two
Uh-huh.
half brothers and a half sister.
Okay, so you got the Brady Bunch group, I guess.
Yeah,
So you got a mix of people. So were you the youngest?
yeah, I'm the youngest. Like across the board, I'm the youngest.
Oh, so your parents are empty nesters now? Is that
Yeah.
uh,
Well, I get. You really couldn't say that because they like guess you say babysit like the other kids of my siblings. So
yeah.
I guess, I guess you could say they basically have another child.
Yeah. So they're busy with their with one of your siblings' children then, right? Your brother or sister or whatever.
Uh,
Oh,
sister. Yeah.
okay. Wow. Okay. So how old is so you're an uncle then?
Yeah.
How old?
I'm not even too sure how old she is, but she started kindergarten this year.
Oh,
So
well, probably 5, right?
yeah,
She's probably about 5 years old.
I would.
You
I'm
was
not really how old.
okay. So, is there anything else like that you want to tell me about yourself? Like, why do you do what you do? Why do you like football? Why do you like? If you were to describe yourself in 3 words, what would the words be?
Man, I can't even describe myself in 3 words is too much.
Well, okay, well, just describe yourself then.
Uh, well, I love football. I can't do without football. To be honest, I couldn't even see like quitting football in the future. I can't see what doing without it because I feel like empty without it. It's kind of like losing a family member if I lose football.
Yeah.
Because plus being out there with all the guys, they're basically family. I'm
Yeah.
basically all those guys. So can't do without football.
So maybe your 3 words are football, 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 and football.
Essentially, I guess you could say family too, because
Family, football. Okay.
part because they're the ones who got me here. They sacrificed so much.
Mhm.
I moved houses to play football in high school.
Oh, did
So
you?
yeah, so they sacrificed a lot for me.
And did you in high school, did you just play football or did you play basketball or baseball or?
Uh, I played basketball in middle school up until 8th grade,
Mhm.
but then I just decided to focus on football, and I just played only football throughout high school.
So what's your social life there like there in college right now? Have you met any new people?
Right
Besides the
now,
players, besides the players, have you met any like students in class or
oh yeah,
grade?
I've met people in classes talking about classes. We've set up like group chats about the class, stuff like that.
Well, that's good. So what do you think you're looking the most forward to in college?
Probably game week of football. See how like I feel like everyone here is supportive. We were walking to practice the other day, and this old woman was like she's like, yeah,
Yeah.
screaming, ready for like game week. She's like, I can't wait till week 1 or whatever. I feel like Coach Jackson, Coach George is brought.
Exciting year. You're lucky to be. I feel like you sort of hit the lottery by being there in some ways.
Yeah, it's great. Coach George is humble, the humblest guy I've met, the nicest guy I've met. You wouldn't really think he's all that like nice and humble, but like because he's like 6'3", huge frame, and once you get up to him, he's the nicest human being you ever meet.
He probably could still play, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes, it's going to be really fun to watch you play and see your successes. And if any brands want to align with you, how can they get a hold of you?
They can get through a hold of me through my Instagram.
Okay.
Do I have to say that? Like
Yeah.
handle
What's your Instagram handle? At what is it?
Tuck Pope 2.
Okay.
No capitals, just like that. Tuck Pope 2.
Yeah. How come you picked Tuck Pope 2? Is that your number?
I wore number 2 in all throughout like little league, and middle school. But once I got to high school, I had to change numbers, and then I ended up I wore 10 in high school, and now I'm wearing 10 in college.
Oh,
Which
you
that's
are.
Yep,
Okay. So are you okay with the number 10?
yeah.
Or do you want to go back to number 2?
I don't know if I had the option. It would be tough to pick because I played high school in 10, and I got 10 here. I don't know. It'd be a tough transition.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you want to share with me? Do you like animals? Do you have pets? Do you like golfing? Do you like anything? Do you like water? I know you like football. I think you're football, 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 and football, but
Um,
and
I've
gaming, sort of.
I've at home. I'm not really an outdoor guy. Stay
Mm.
inside. Stay like go like out with friends, but not really like nature person. You would
Yeah.
say. Um, Repeat the question.
Well, I was just asking you, people have different hobbies. For instance, I like to kayak and I hike and I play golf and I love going to sporting events. I like watching sporting events. I like hanging out with my friends, just like you do, hanging around with my husband and all my friends and our kids. Our kids are, you know, out of college and working. And they don't have little kids yet. So they're super busy. So yeah, I mean, family. So what about you?
I actually did like collect shoes in high school, but not now because don't have the resources for that. My brother recently did get into golfing, so I've been getting into golfing as well, just a little bit though, not too much, not too anything crazy like that.
It's just mostly being a QB. Who's your favorite quarterback?
Uh, Tom Brady,
Yeah, TV
best of
12.
all time,
Yeah, he's the GOAT, right?
no doubt.
Yeah,
If you argue, then you can't talk to me.
no, there's no question. He is a great player. And look, he's won the Super Bowl at two different teams, right?
Yeah,
There's no question about his talent and his
no doubt.
leadership. His leadership too, don't you think?
Oh yeah, like you can't. If you have to have top of the line leadership, if you're going to go into a different program and win the Super Bowl straight, going into a different program, you got to be a special person to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So is your first game Saturday or the week after that?
We play on Sunday, actually.
You play this Sunday?
No, next Sunday.
The
11.
week, the
Yeah.
21st, Labor
Yes.
Day weekend. Got it. Wow. Okay. Well, that's exciting. All right. Well, thanks for being on my show. And I look forward to representing you in the NIL space. It's exciting for college athletes.
Yes, it is. I'm ready to work.
I know you're a freshman and you're just so lucky. You don't know how lucky you guys are, but
I can't say anything for that,
yeah, pretty good. Another thing I want to talk about is like when you were in high school, where did you work out? I know, players have to like work out in the weight room, and that's another regime that's really important, like your strength. What did you do to build up your strength?
So my freshman year, I was a little kid, like maybe like 5'9", 140 pounds. So my dad took the liberty on himself to go find me a personal trainer. And we found this place called the Grit House. Worked out there all 4 years of my high school career. And if I had to go work out again, I'd probably go back to my hometown, go work out there. All the people there are great. Owner's great. My trainer, his name's Dan. He's great. It's a good environment.
Yeah. So you must have grown quite a bit then in high school, because
Yeah.
you're 6'2" now, or almost 6'2".
Yeah. 6'2", yeah.
And you started at 5'9". Is that what you're saying? Like freshman year of high school?
Super skinny kid. I put on like 30 pounds from my like freshman sophomore year. Crazy.
30 pounds.
Something like that.
From weight training or eating?
Both. It's a bunch of eating, like when you're trying to grow and like gain muscle, like you're eating so much, you'd be like, I don't want to eat right now. And then like you'd be like, suck it up, you have to eat. Because I remember times I would eat a peanut butter sandwich before I worked out. After I worked out, I'd eat a peanut butter sandwich, and then go on the rest of the day, then eat more, and then just kept repeating.
Wow. That's really interesting. Now, what about now? Are you just kind of trying to maintain your weight, or?
Right now I weigh around 215.
Mm-hmm.
I can obviously I can build more muscle and keep maintaining around 215. But right now I'm just working out with the team, seeing what's good for me, what like a good playing weight would be, stuff like that.
All right. Well, I'm excited to watch you play, and excited just to watch you grow from a freshman all the way to a senior, and, enjoy your freshman year, because the pressure's not on you yet.
Yeah, not yet. I hope the pressure gets on me soon,
Because you want to play. I know, but
of course.
Yeah, the game's fast, but you'll be fine. Especially if you got a good left tackle.
Yeah.
Do you have a good left tackle?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, good. All right. Or run the ball. Give it to Devon.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely gonna run the ball. That's focus. We have Coach George as a head coach for a reason.
That's true. That's so true. Thank you for listening to this episode of Representation Without Taxation. Simply stated, I am always and forever about three things: protection, advocacy, and trust. To learn more about my fair fee structure, please visit my website at jillmcbridebaxter.com. If what we were talking about strikes a nerve, please subscribe and definitely share it. Until next time, it doesn't matter what the plan is, as long as you have one.